Hello, NASCAR fans. If you watched the recent NASCAR race at Bristol, you might have noticed an unexpected twist involving Bubba Wallace. There was a lot of buzz about the reason why Bubba Wallace was done with NASCAR because of the behavior of NASCAR fans, and no one seemed to have an answer. What's the backstory to this behavior? Well, you're in for something extra, because today on NASCAR Zone, we're going to go into detail about this intriguing NASCAR moment. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. No playoff points? Not a problem at all. Even if he smacked the wall late in the race, still no problem. Yes, we are talking about Bubba Wallace, and this time fans didn't spare him. So let's talk first about Bubba Wallace and Martin Truex Jr. at Bristol Motor Speedway in the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs on Saturday night. These guys did just enough to move on, with Bubba staying 4 points above the cut line and Martin with a 5-point cushion. Bubba crossed the finish line in 14th place, and that's enough to seed him 12th as we head into the next round. It's pretty impressive considering he didn't score any playoff points in the first 3 postseason races. As for Truex, he's hanging in there, thanks to the playoff points he racked up in 2023, including 15 for being the regular season champion. Even though he had a bit of a rough go in the round of 16, he's still holding strong. Speaking of Bubba, he had a moment of reflection after the race.
Man, trying to gather my thoughts and, man, just emotional. I said to myself out loud, not on radio, proud of you, kid. And we all know that. I rarely do that, so just way to stick with it. Tried to give away a couple times. Got frustrated at myself, frustrated at others, but it all worked out. So just what you need to do is execute. So this is a special day. Got to cherish it, but can't get complacent. We know Texas is up, and we're okay there, but we got to come out swinging and come out on the right end of it. So ready to go to work.
Bubba and his teammate Tyler Reddick's teams made a strategic move during the first stage, deciding to stay out on the track with several other cars. And guess what? It worked out pretty darn well for them, both finishing in the top 5 when the green and white checkered flag waved.
I think the strategy at the beginning was the game changer, staying out there. We watched last year's race and seeing that tires were not that big of an advantage, so thought that was key, and that gave us our buffer.
For a first-time playoff driver like Bubba, the emotions were palpable after the race, especially considering he missed out on the postseason with the team in 2021 and 2022. However, he's had a habit of scoring a win during the 10-race playoff stretch each year.
I beat myself up so many times over the years, and I sound like some of the people up in the stands. And just to see us continue to march forward is important for my mental, the team's mentals, everybody involved in this program. So just got to keep it going. You can't chase that stuff too much. I think that's where I got caught up years past, is trying to prove the doubters wrong and not racing for self and racing for the team. And when you race for the team, race for yourself, all that stuff falls in line, so it's cool.
And if you thought Bubba's journey to the playoffs wasn't high stakes enough, consider this. 3 weeks ago, at Daytona International Speedway, they squeaked into the playoffs. Then at Bristol, their path to advancement became even more exciting thanks to a crash that took out defending champion Joey Logano. That wreck certainly added some drama to the mix as the laps wound down. Bubba Wallace exclaimed with a chuckle,
I'm just slap wore out. I thought Daytona was stressful, but that was stressful.
As the race went on, both 2311 cars found themselves running towards the back of the top 20, and their early strategy started to lose its shine. However, Wallace and Reddick managed to hang in there, with Reddick finishing in 15th place by the end of the race. Although they didn't have the same race-winning speed as Toyota's Denny Hamlin, things worked out in favor of the number 23 team.
Yeah, you just got to keep fighting. Races are long and can't give up. Others are going to make mistakes.
Bubba's train of thought was momentarily derailed by a fan, shouting something derogatory in the background.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of people, I love dumb idiots, man. It's awesome. A lot of people probably had us circled as trying too hard and making mistakes.
Meanwhile, Truex found himself on the wrong end of a caution that came out with less than 150 laps remaining. Hamlin had just passed his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate, And that caution didn't do him any favors. Truex's first-round struggles included an 18th place finish at Darlington Raceway and an early crash at Kansas Speedway that relegated the number 19 car to a 36th place finish and a drop below the cut line heading into Bristol. But after the race, the debate got heated when fans started defending Wallace's comments. One fan summed up the sentiment saying, "Denny has a black driver racing for him. Bubba is the black driver. The people booing are hopefully last in line of generations of Hicks with Confederate flags." This comment hinted at the racial dynamics at play in NASCAR. Another fan added to the sentiment, "Bubba is mostly because he's black, and also because the brain-dead followers of a certain orange criminal were told by their cult leader that Bubba was bad." There was also a fan who highlighted the sadness of the situation, saying, "Sad part about Bubba is that even though he's the only black driver, I'm willing to guess he's probably got more in common with his own haters than they know or refuse to acknowledge. It's like if these haters could actually listen and talk to him, they would probably be his god and best friend, and it's just a little ironic and unsettling to think about." It's clear that many fans felt that Wallace was facing unwarranted backlash, often unrelated to what happens on the track. This debate highlights the complexity of fan sentiments in NASCAR, reflecting a sport that's dealing with evolving dynamics both on and off the race circuit. After some of the fans in the crowd expressed their displeasure by booing race winner and 2311 Racing co-owner Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace had a response that echoed the spirit of tennis sensation Coco Gauff.
Yeah, it was. God, I love that shit right there. Counted us out. Like Coco Gauff said, all they're doing is adding fuel to the fire. I love it. I love where I'm at in this team. Wish mom and dad and my sister were here to celebrate with me. A career year. Just got to keep it going. Appreciate all the partners involved.
The crowd wasn't any kinder to Denny Hamlin, but the 2311 Racing co-owner had a witty comeback to silence the critics.
"I beat your favorite driver."
And who would that be?
All of them.
Bubba Wallace, who has become accustomed to facing jeers and boos from the crowd, has been answering his critics with his performance on the track. He expressed gratitude for his supporters who have stood by him and looked forward to the challenges of the next round.
We know next week's a reset, and we just got to go out and have some fun and work our asses off. But thank you to the ones that believe in me. Keep it going, and on to next week.
Currently, Bubba Wallace is the last seed entering the round of 12 and is 14 points below the cutoff mark. In the final stage of the Bristol night race, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson were both vying for the win, navigating through heavy traffic. While Hamlin passed Wallace easily, Larson appeared to have a tussle with the number 23 Toyota driver. When explaining the incident, Wallace praised his boss man.
Wondering about that challenge. You had a little tussle with Kyle Larson there, a little tussle with the wall, and it's Bristol.
Yeah, I'm running my own race, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure he thought he can go catch the 11. That's a tall task, but what I had on the line I thought was more important, and what he had on the line he thought was more important. It's Bristol, it's racing. All good. We'll go on to Texas and have some fun.
Denny Hamlin ultimately finished 2.5 seconds ahead of Kyle Larson, securing the checkered flag. The number 5 Chevy driver made a valiant effort to charge through the field, but couldn't match Hamlin's pace. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.